Hi, this video is going to talk about how to connect the lightning surge equipment and how to conduct the lightning surge test. This is the lightning surge simulator LSS-F03C3A, capable of generating the combination wave of the 1.250 and 10700 as defined in the IEC 61000-4-3. Offers high voltage, high current tests with a voltage surge of 15 kV and a current surge of 7,500 amperes. With a built-in CDN for the power line surge testing, as well as a built-in CDN for symmetrical interconnect lines, which allows for surge testing to the telecom lines. Equipped with convenient features include a pre-check function before the test and a sweep function that allows you to continuously perform tests under various conditions. Okay, let's go to the connections first. Take a look at what we need to know to get everything up and running. First, plug the AC cable into the AC input here. Well, please prepare a 3-core AC cable with a protective earthing terminal that complies with the national safety standards before use. And if the 3-core power cable is not certain for the grounding, please connect this FG terminal to the ground and securely to tighten the screws. And as a safety countermeasure, plug in the interlock connector. Tighten it. Okay, now the interlock is on and you're ready to start the test. To remotely control this unit, connect the dedicated optical USB module communication cable to the remote terminal, which is an optical communication connector. When applying a surge waveform directly to the EUT, connect the surge output cable to the surge output terminal, hot and cold. And also attach the connector caps to all the AC-DC line output terminals. Okay, all caps attached. Also, as well as close the telecom line securely. Then, you might want to connect the end of the surge output cable and inject the lightning surge. And please keep in mind that do not connect the ends to the AC-DC power sources that might damage the inside of the simulator. When applying a surge waveform on an AC line, be sure to use an isolation transformer to supply AC power to the AC line input terminal of the lightning surge simulator. If AC power is applied directly without the use of an isolation transformer, the leakage circuit breaker of the building's main power may be activated by the back surge. Before connecting the isolation transformer, make sure it is power off for both isolation transformer and the lightning surge simulator. Today we use a 3-phase isolation transformer TF6503P. First, for safety, be sure connect the PE terminal to the protective earthing terminal of the test room with the PE cable to ground it. Next, connect the appropriate AC line cables to the AC line input and output terminals. And here, this is the line input terminal of the lightning surge simulator. Use the line input cable to connect to the AC line input terminals for AC power supplies or to the DC line input terminals for DC power supplies. And here gives you an example of the connection of the 3-phase 5-line 480 volts connection. For the power line output, in case of three-phase fine line, connect the line output cables to all the line output terminals. Okay, and now all 5 lines connected. In the case of single phase or a DC line, here are not necessary. And we connect the line 1, neutral line, and PE if required. And in this case, make sure to attach the connector caps to all the line output terminals which are not in use. As well as the surge output terminals. And also, please make sure to close the Telecom line doors securely. And this is the end of the line output cables. And to securely connect the end of the line output cable to the terminal blocks, or process the end and directly connect to the EUT, you can safely conduct the line surge test. Now the Telecom line input connection. Be sure to check that the power supply to the EUT is shut off, and the line surge simulator is also shut off at off state. Look at here are the input terminals for inputting signals from auxiliary devices to the EUT. Connect terminals 1 and 2 for a 2-wire system, and connect all the 4 lines for a 4-wire system. As for the Telecom line output connection for safety purpose, please install all the 4 surge decoupling arrestor units, as well as the coupling arrest units. And after that, install the arrestor cover for protection. Be sure to tighten the screws in all 4 corners. And those are the surge output terminals for the Telecom lines. Connect the Telecom line output cables here. Connect 1 and 2 for a 2-wire system, and connect all the 4 terminals for a 4-wire system. And connect the P terminals if the EUT has an FG terminal. Okay. After connected to all the terminals, make sure to tighten the cover of the Telecom line. In the same way, attach connector caps to the AC/DC line output terminals, as well as the surge output terminals. Be sure to cover all the terminals here. And process the end of the line output cable and directly connect to the EUT. You can safely conduct line surge test. And please keep in mind that the high voltage surge outputs from those terminals, incorrect or careless operation may result in serious injury. So be very careful. In response to the request for a simple check of the output waveform before testing, this lightning surge simulator equipped with monitor terminals. All you need is an oscilloscope and an oscillation transformer. Use the monitor coaxial cable. For voltage waveform observation, connect to the V terminals. And for current waveform observation, connect to the I monitor terminals to the oscilloscope. And in this case, we have to short the hot and cold in case of the current waveform observation. Then press the start button to observe the waveform with the oscilloscope. There are 4 things I would like to highlight when connecting the equipment of the pre-check before the test. First, the lightning surge simulator shall be securely connected to the protective earth grounding using a 3-core AC cable with a grounding terminal. If the earth ground is not certain, connect the P terminal of the surge simulator and the grounding terminal of the test room with the P cable. Second, use an isolation transformer for the AC power supply of the oscilloscope. In this case, do not connect the oscilloscope's P terminal. Third, keep the surge output cable and the coaxial monitor cable as far away as possible. Keep them at least 5 centimeters apart. Fourth, due to the risk of electric shock and damage to the measuring devices, do not observe the output waveform directly with a high voltage probe. And now let's go through how to operate from the front panel. Turn on the power switch. And here you can see the main display is here. Before going to see how to operate the surge test, first of all, this is the emergency stop button. When the emergency stop button is pressed, the test is stopped in an emergency. And the internal high voltage generation circuit, DUT power supply, and the breaker are forcibly turned off. To release, first turn off the switch. Then turn the emergency stop button to the right. After that, push down the breaker to release the trip condition. And here, you might need to remove the reason of the abnormal conditions. After that, then turn on the power switch again and pull up the breaker again to reclose the breaker. And now you can see the main menu again, and you can start your test again. Well, this is the main menu. There are 4 menus here. In the standard menu, the settings specified in the IEC 61000-4-5 are preset. And it is the mode that offers to start the test with minimal operations. In the manual menu, this mode is used to perform non-standard tests. Various settings as well as the sweep testing is available, and you can also save the settings and recall to quickly start the test next time. In the load menu, you can load the settings saved in the manual test. In the utility menu, you can set the protection of the test settings and the operation when using specific functions. Okay, let's go and see how to use each menu for the testing. In the standard test, the test conditions specified in the IEC 61000-4-5 standard are preset. Simply set the output destination and voltage according to the EOT line, and the test list will be automatically created. If you want to do DC line, simply press here, set the voltage, and if you want to directly output the surge, use the enclosure menu here, and if it's a telecom test, simply press here, and that shows you might want to choose whether it's a 2-line system or a 4-line system here. And you also might want to need to choose the 1.250 or the 10700 combination waves. And the counts here, this test system supports up to 999 counts, and the interval saying you can support up to 999 seconds. Well, today we make it easy with 5 counts and 60 seconds. Okay, here it shows the test time 10 minutes. That means required for 10 minutes to complete the testing we now just set. Okay, let's go back to the EC line make example, and if we want to do the simple line test, a single line test, and we set the voltage for per normal mode and common mode. Example, we set normal mode at 0.5 kV and common mode 1 kV, and count 5 and interval 60 seconds. And here it shows the 2 hours. 2 hours requires for these test conditions. And now you are able to start the testing. All you do is that to hit that start button right up here. We're not going to do it actually output the surge today because there's no EUT connected. But if you were going to start, that's how you would do it. And this table list shows the conditions automatically generated by the system we've just now set. So here we have a normal mode and common mode, start from plus polarity to negative polarity. And for the normal mode, 0.5 kV, common mode 1 kV, line to neutral, line to P, and neutral to P. Start phase angle from 0 degrees, followed by 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and 270 degrees. And the system will automatically run the test based on the condition. Okay, let's go and take a look at manual test. In the manual test, you can set the sweep functions of the polarity, surge voltage, serial outputs, and phase angles. Example, if you want to sweep the polarity, I press here, the test will automatically run from plus to minus. Okay. Then next step, voltage. Set the voltage here. Let's say we want to start 0.1 kV to 5 kV at 0.1 kV per step. And next we need to set the CDN destinations. For example, we want a neutral line as well, and yellow shows the injection line, green shows the return lines. You might also want line 1 to neutral line return, and say you want all the lines, common lines injected. Well, here shows the coupling method. Once you selected all the selected injection return lines, the system will automatically configure the coupling circuits. In the standard here, well, the system will fix at 18 microfarad for the line-to-line normal mode, and at 10 ohm plus 9 microfarad for the common modes, which is line to B. If you select manual lines, well, you can choose either 18 microfarad or 10 ohm plus 9 microfarad here. Okay, let's go back to standard mode, and next time you might want to set the phase either synchronized or unsynchronized. Okay, let's say we start the phase from 0 degree to 270 degrees here, and per 90 degrees here. And now all the conditions we have set, and the test will run automatically throughout the conditions we've just now set. Alright, this chart shows the order how the switch testing running. Well, we set all the voltage, polarity, injection lines, phase angle here, and the test will start from the first start voltage, followed by the plus polarity, injection lines, which we selected, either AC line, DC line, or telecom line. And phase, we set the starts from the set start phase and outputs, and after that the system will automatically go back to the second phase, which we set the phase angle value per one step. After completion, go back to the injection line. Again here, the line we set for the injection line, a different injection line and return line. And after that, go back to the polarity. Now we start the negative polarity. After that, automatically start with the second voltage, which we set with the set voltage value per one step. So all the system will automatically run the test for you throughout the conditions we've now just set. Okay, this is the video of today about the settings and how to operate on the front panel for the line surge test. You might want to go to the menu for more details for your test.